Well, now again. We'll try again. Oops, forgot to turn my lights back. Anyway, so I hope the stream is back. I hope it's okay. So anyway, mm, I'm playing a clip about Hunter Biden. Oh, Jesus Christ on a crutch. This makes me puke. This fake ass Fox News load of bullshit. Look, everybody knows Hunter Biden is guilty as effing hell, and that the laptop is just evidence of crimes committed by the first family, by Obama, by Hillary, and by the rest of the crooked sons of bitches, the turds that have floated to the top of our political system. Yeah. So, let me get back over to here and hit here and copy that again. So we'll try this again. I hope it all is going to be okay. Damn, I can't see which. Oh, okay, there it is. Anyway, so I hope everything is streaming out there okay. I started to restream. Uh, So, I don't know if it was me lagging or the others or whoever was, but I started the stream again. Anyway, yeah, the DOJ's corrupt. No shit, the DOJ's corrupt about that fleece. Man, I'm telling you. Man, I feel fleeced when I talk with them sons of bitches. Man, it's just crazy. It's just idiocracy. Are we live in a world where, it's just beyond stupid, okay? It's just beyond stupid. Nah, that's not even worth talking about. Let's see. So, where are we at? We got about 7 minutes before the break. I restarted the stream on YouTube, so that's going again. Um, and where am I at? Oh, let's see. Not me, Paul. Not you. Okay. Morning Comet and Fleeced, Australian Paul, and Lavender Streams. Fleeced over here in the Revolution Radio chat room. So I hope y'all are doing well. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, the U.S. is pushing for a war, unfortunately. Yeah, where's Bluto when you need him, right? Yeah. Anyway, so I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. The Bidens are corrupt. Our government's corrupt. We live in a world where, oh my God, it's a balloon in the sky. We can't shoot it down. It's a big ass balloon. Well, if it's such a big ass balloon and you can't shoot it down, why couldn't you see it before it got here? There was reports that another Chinese surveillance type balloon had been shooting green lasers into the seas off of Hawaii and Pearl Harbor area. And I'm like, well, the Chinese have developed, and there's a laser system where you can shoot lasers through the water from from a satellite. You can shoot a laser through the water, and you can find a submarine down to 1,000 feet. if you're not aware that that technology exists, well, you should be. I mean, it's a lot of things out here that we see, we hear, and well, we may or may not know. But what I do know is that we live in a time where our media has is so corrupted and so compromised that it will groom your children into a sexually perverted lifestyle, and they won't care. They they don't know, and they really they command and demand the right to twist the brain of your child. In fact, I found the clip from, it's a historical clip that, my God, you really never, um, you really never heard this on mainstream media. Porky's, 1981. Has a suggestion. Yes, anyway, today Miss Ballbricker wouldn't have a problem. She'd have peckers in her girls' locker rooms and showers. She wouldn't have to be, trying to have a lineup, you know, to now if you've never watched the Porky's, it's a 1981 movie about youth gone wild. It's pretty funny. Um, so at least in that type of humor, it was pretty good. Anyway, so remember, Porky's itself um, was a riverboat whorehouse. Basically, yeah, because it was, I guess, in the river or whatever. It had different laws or rules. I don't know. Who cares? And some big old fat guy named it. He was Porky. And well, it was basically just a gambling, um, drunken whorehouse type place, and all the kids went there to party. Yeah, as crazy as it might seem. But can you imagine? That was in 1981. If you think about the stuff that they did in 1981, and that the stuff you see today, um, wow, is it half a dozen and one and three quarters of another? I don't know. I can't say, but it's crazy times, and the idiocracy, we had it back then, same as we have it here today. We're hitting the break, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on tight. We got to get ready. Let me get reset myself for the next episode, and we are back live streaming again. So Uh, we didn't build plowshares. Hey, man, in the old days, girls weren't sausage factories. That's a terrible way to say it. Let me clean this key off. I don't know what happened to it. Well, yeah, I do. Had a little accident, it did. I have to get a bigger knife. I only get the truck out of the damn driveway, or I mean, out of the yard, because I got it stuck. It looks like Rose. You know, there was 6 inches deep treads of water going down through that yesterday. It was hilarious. Oh my god. Mm, crazy as it might seem. But yeah, I'm all thrown off my whole game schedule right now today for this show. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but it's type of performance art thing. And once you get thrown off your stride, you're pretty screwed. You're pretty fucked. Okay. But I, I had myself to blame. I knew what the deal would be when I answered that call. Yeah. Here, we'll do this one. No, we don't want to do that one. We want that one instead. That's better. 300. Let the bodies hit the floor. Um, that's more accurate. Let me see. I think it's at it. Let me unmute. That is. All right. So I got that set back up. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess I shouldn't let people knock me off my stride, my game, but it happens. So we'll just have to try to reset exactly what we have going on here. We talked about the hepatitis B. Oh, man. Oh, God. Do I have that one open? No, that's hilarious. Man, I'm telling you, people are retarded today. Systemic racism. Yeah. Hey, did you know systemic racism is causing animals to abandon black neighborhoods? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to have brain damage to believe that an animal, a squirrel, a rabbit, groundhog, because that's the main city dwellers, right? I mean, you don't have many deer living in the city. You don't have bears. And you have possums. So you saying even the possums and the groundhogs, the rabbits and the whatchamacallits, the squirrels are abandoning black neighborhoods because of racism. I mean, what kind of retard writes an article like that? Really? Really? I mean, I'm sorry, but you have to be a systemic retard. Urban wildlife populations. Well, listen, you've got a row house, no grass in the front. You've got a patch that's about as big as a tampon in the backyard. Live. I mean, really, this is just retard journalism. Oh, the National Academy of Sciences. Oh, where's it? The University of Manitoba. Winnipeg's Chloe Schmidt and Colin J. Garroway in a published study. Systemic racism alters the demography demography of urban wildlife populations. Just shows they're fucking retards. They're too educated fucking retards. Jesus. Man, I'm telling you. Yeehaw! This is the educated retards say, oh man, critters ain't in the city because they racist. You gotta be a fucking jackass. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Come on down and join us. Revolution Radio. Catch us on iTunes, TalkStreamLive.com, TuneIn, Shoutcast, Winamp, Accessify, Radiomini, Open Radio app, and many, many more. You can call to listen to Revolution Radio. 641 793 6370 for Studio A. That's 641 793 6370 for Studio A. If you want to reach Studio B, the last four numbers there are 2531 to reach Studio B. So come on down and join us, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get the truth, not this mainstream media mind control. Because, well, if we don't know it, we don't know it. If you never heard it, how would you know? Hopefully, you have enough brain power besides two brain cells that go. You're rubbing two brain cells together, trying to spark a flame, trying to spark a thought. Oh God! Well, it might be so after you got that COVID vaccine, if you got one, or if you got caught in a shed event off of somebody else. That's a high possibility today. Oh man, I'm telling you. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Call in and listen. We covered that. Don't forget the revolution.radio and the chat room. I'm streaming live back over on YouTube. So yeah, we're back over on YouTube, and somebody it was dragging and lagging for a minute, and so I paused it for a few minutes and I brought it back a little bit ago. Hey, good morning, Wally and Dry Fly Guy, Maced, and everybody else. Damn. All right, Dolly Parton's. All right, let's hear it for Dolly Parton Bridge. Yeah, and they put a bra on it. Yeah, they said they were offended. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God. Hey man, I'm telling you, it's just let's see. Revolution Radio, listener supported, commercial free. So, become a member of their Patreon page and, become a member of my YouTube channel and, ask others to, because, well, I got to make a little money too. Yeah. If not, I'm just going to have to drag the hell up everywhere and see what happens. Let's see. Let's get to some news and information that is just stupid on stupid. Okay. It's stupid on steroids. Okay. Now, if you're over on YouTube, you already got some of this. But two researchers from Canada, the University of Manitoba, Winnipeg's Chloe Schmidt and Colin J. Garrow, who published a study in proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, where they claim that systemic racism alters the demography of urban wildlife populations in ways that generally limit population sizes and that negatively affect their chances to persist. these folks have wasted their hard-earned education on basically examining 39 quote-unquote terrestrial vertebrate species in 268 urban locations across the United States and found generally consistent patterns of reduced genetic diversity and decreased connectivity in neighborhoods with fewer white residents. So, what are the typical terrestrial vertebrates that might live or inhabit vacant row houses in Baltimore? Possums, raccoons, rats, mice. Man, I'm telling you, squirrels. Listen, there's a reason. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Really? You have no trees, no vegetation. You might have some patch of the size of a tampon in the back of a yard. You have no greenery out front. You had no trees. I mean, hey, where are and they're saying, oh my God, the squirrels hate blacks. Well, there's no fucking trees in their neighborhood. If you hear my thing bleep out there for a second, it's because I said that forbidden F word. Where are all the trees? All the squirrels have gone. Oh my God, it must be racism because, squirrels, then what do they need trees for? Hey, how about some effing acorns, you knuckleheads? Jesus Christ. You create a concrete slum. And then you say, oh my God, the only people the things that want to live there are black people. All the other animals are moving out. They're leaving. So the genetic pool of critters is smaller. No shit. Gee, if you need a scientist to tell you something that's just common sense. Well, there's less animals in the area. That means it's a smaller genetic footprint. And Jesus, what? I mean, really. And to make this up to like, oh my God, it's. And then the problem is, they put it out under the guise of racism. Pretty soon liberals will be busing animals back into the ghettos. Yeah, all the squirrels and the groundhogs and the raccoons and all the rats and everything, that fled, the slums of the black neighborhoods. What are they going to do? Bust them back in? Or are they going to bust them in? I mean, really? I know that's what liberals will do. They're dumb sons of bitches. No wonder it's like a 911 moment of the morning. Man, I'm telling you. So the animals are racist because they left the city. They couldn't even stand the Democrat government either, but it's racism. Do you ever think must be Mother Nature that when it comes to liberalism and Democrats, that what they create is systemic failure, and that even animals that can't read or write, but they just have to exist and live, even those animals are smart enough to leave Democrat areas. I guess the garbage is better in the Republican districts. There's more garbage. and there's more yards and everything else. Oh my. Yeah, as crazy as that might seem, huh? Well, when you get woke, you go broke. That even has to say for Google's Chat GPT as it hit the scene in the end of November. The artificial intelligence software, which isn't so intelligent because its capabilities are limited because it cannot talk about certain topics. You can experiment yourself and you can find this out. I've seen enough of it. But there's the alter ego called Dan. That's right, Dan. Chat GPT. Here's Paul Craig Roberts. No, not Paul Craig Roberts. Paul Watson. Yeah. I don't know why. About nuclear war, World War III. But this AI chat bot, it's pretty crazy. You can't, they can't create a mhm. So I'm listening to this. It's crazy. So the AI chatbot can and cannot do certain things about certain people. So therefore, it's not really it's 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 not intelligent. It's artificial propaganda. Okay. Now they're listening to on Revolution Radio. They're listening to Paul. But listen, this- here's the thing. It's artificial propaganda. It's not intelligence at all. If it was intelligent, it would not be limiting itself to one to say something about one thing and something about another. Okay. So the, yes, anyway, as you see, and what Paul has been trying is pointing out that it's not art that chatbot is not artificial intelligence, but it's artificial propaganda. And you're supposed to be believing it. You're supposed to be buying this shit. Okay. That artificial intelligence can't talk about Donald Trump, but it can talk about Joe Biden. You can't talk about the COVID vaccine or accept whatever is approved by the World Health Organization. It's dystopian to say the least. Okay. It's pure, unadulterated public relations. It's a meme, and it really should be called artificial propaganda because the intelligence is limited to whatever whoever programmed the limitations of the bot is. So artificial intelligence doesn't mean anything when it comes to these chats. These chats are programmed response learning tools, but they are programmed to give sound bites and pieces of information that don't further the real discussions in public. In fact, it hinders discussions in public and it stops people from talking rightly, wrongly about different topics. Because what the chatbot will end up doing is people would say, oh, the AI said it. AI my ass. It's no effing AI here at all. It's not artificial intelligence. It's a programmed response. That's two different things. Okay. putting together some words and some rhyming stuff is not artificial and artificially intelligent. Okay. It's just literally a data mining program that puts adjectives, subjects, adjectives, adverbs, and other sentence structures together to create something that is a repeatable pattern that can be learned. It is not artificial creative thinking that people are attributing to this, to artificial propaganda. It is not intelligence. And I would implore people to know and look and understand that it is not intelligent, because it does not thinking for itself, or it could answer specific questions about different topics, but it can't, because it is basically a pre-programmed response machine. And this is one of the things that Cliff High once talked about, where Cliff High explained that the basis of computing technology as we know it cannot create AI, just for the simple fact that everything has to have a base programming, and that that the way that the codes actually kind of work is they open up a gate, and it allows through this to this thing and then to that thing. So as your program goes through these different gates, whether it's permission or yes or no, and all the yes and no's clearly are set up within the so-called quote unquote artificial intelligence. And seeing that is the real thing. You can't have real artificial intelligence with having a limited programming um, of a thought process. That's not the words I want to use, but you don't have um, what I would call radicalized, unstructured thinking. That all the thinking within the AI chat bots and chat boxes and all that stuff is, this rationalized, already kind of somewhere along the line. And it's not essentially, a randomized act. It's all in a set um, format or program, if that makes any sense. But to say something and then to throw just an off the wall words or topic up in the middle of that, chatbot may not know or how to understand to respond to something like that. And as we know, the early versions of all the chatbots and all the so-called efforts at AI, those completely failed. And they completely failed because of the trolls and the other people that taught the machine through the AI learning um, program that it had. And what happened is, and what they figured out was that any amount of number of people can attack a bot, if it's an AI bot, and essentially reform its thinking um, by the information that's given to it. So we have to understand that there are so many limitations on this AI chatbot stuff. It's not even funny, really. You know, um, Dan, which stands for Do Anything Now, as the name suggests. I guess it's breaks free of its typical AI limitations, and really, uh, it's really, let's just say, it really goes pretty far out there. Seattle. Seattle joins a long list of Democrat controlled cities with exploding crime rates. Yes, what people are not learning is that when children are not punished, or young people and others that commit crimes are not punished, that the crimes that they commit continually escalate until they essentially have got themselves into a lifestyle that they can never get out of, and a mindset that is essentially, well, if I want it, I'll just take it. And that's a sad state of affairs when people just take shit and they really don't, well, earn it. Yeah. So, crazy as it may seem, coming to you soon, sooner than you might not like, but there is a collapse that is coming, and it is a nuclear armed country that is preparing to go literally into political, economic, and societal turmoil. The state of Pakistan is on the verge of collapse. Now, Pakistan is estimated to have up to 300 nuclear warheads. Now, according to the US and others, they say they have between 25 and 35. However, Pakistan itself has one of the largest plutonium producing plants in the world that is strictly made for producing weapons grade plutonium, as it is not hooked up to a power grid. And so, it's got one function. And, Pakistan is a wild card that could essentially, go to war with India. I would think, should it necessitate a way to, what's the best way to say it? To necessitate a nationalism within Pakistan to pull it back together. There's several groups, Islamic groups, that are fighting for power. And if you're not aware, the rebels and Taliban that were in that are in Afghanistan, they use some of those weapons, and they have how should I say it? They're working to deploy into, that's right, Pakistan. So, and it's an expanding conflict, whether you realize it or not, what's going on in Afghanistan, even though the United States left and had billions of dollars of hardware just laying around for anybody to essentially take control of. What else we got going on here? We got about 2 minutes to the bottom of the hour break. Bump, ba-dum, bump. U.S. is holding drills in the South China Sea amid tensions with China. As you know, we're essentially, saying, here we are, come and get it. Speaking of come and get it, Florida, in a landslide vote, landslide Florida Senate vote, the Reedy Creek development area has lost autonomous control of itself. In other words, Disney has lost control, exclusive control of all of the area where the Disneyland is. So essentially, the state of Florida took back its tax and its rights to the land that was once given to what's his name that made Disneyland. Oh gosh, I forgot his name. Sorry about that. Getting chilly in the house here. Okay, so come on back. We're going to talk about Turkey and some other stuff after the break. Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well over here on the stream, on the restream to the stream. Anyway, yeah, Joe Biden, a possum in every pot. Oh no, no, that's corn pops in every pot. Yeah, everybody gets a hairy leg. You know, everybody gets a hairy leg to rub. Bernays. Anyway, so I hope y'all are doing well and come on down and join us. Wow, sorry about that first stream. I don't know if it was me or if it was the stream or it was my internet. I wasn't using the hotspot, so we're back on the crap internet. Oh man, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm half tired this morning. I had a terrible night sleeping over the weekend. I really did. Trying to find a good tune to put on here. We'll put this one on. That's pretty easy to. We can start it right at the beginning. We stop it, mute it, and then reshare my screen. That way we're ready for the Battle Hymn of the Republic, Nashville Public Television's version. Oh, man. Ah, phew. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing well. God bless you guys, man. So, yeah, Seattle, Democrat controlled shitties. They're not cities, they're more like shitties, right? Hmm. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to. Let me find some. Oh man, I tell you, who in the hell that? If I tell you what, if I were to find out this teacher that that I'm going to talk about, and if I find out that that guy was teaching my kids, man, I've been down there with a baseball bat. I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, teaching children, toddler, or first graders and kindergartners about sex. Now you just got to be a pervert, man. You got to be a pervert. National Archives and Biden lawyers secretly coordinated on their classified document shit. Yeah, here's one for you. Um, Steve Kirsch. Steve Kirsch, right? Yeah, I think that's. Uh, oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Steve Kirsch's newsletter on Substack. The damn effing damn thing estimated to have killed 13 million people worldwide because of the that they want to stick in you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Man, I'm telling you, it's just crazy. A new article which posted this week estimate 13 million were killed by the blankety blanks to date worldwide, the greatest majority of old and frail. The number in India is 3.7 million alone of people that have allegedly died after they've got those jibby jabby thingies. Wow. Yeah. I mean, using three different statistical methods, this is what they have found. Okay. The age stratified dose fatality rate for Israel and Australia. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's it's on that. They talk about that hockey stick shit. Oh man, well when I have hyperinflation, when it hits that hockey stick and it goes ying and then ying. Well, yeah, hey, for some reason that looks like when you get that jibby jabby thingy. That's what happens is, well, you're dead. Man, I'm telling you, we're going to talk about that too. Now let's get back over here, Revolution Radio. Get ready to crank up the last half hour. Maybe we can get on track. Yeehaw! William Lee Golden and Company. Yes, the Oak Ridge Boys. It's a good song, man. I'm telling you. Of the coming of the Lord, yes. The grapes of wrath are stored. Mm, gosh, this stuff that's coming on. Well, I'm fearful of it. I won't lie. Anything that anybody, time you think and you see and you have these ideas that hundreds of thousands of people are dead and millions more are going to follow because of neocons and neoliberals within the United States government have been at war, the Cold War, and then they turned it into a hot war, and it has never stopped. It's unfortunate, but it's true. One of those AI chat boxes said nuclear wars or World War III is going to officially start in November of 2023 or some shit like that. Really? I think it already officially started, didn't it? With the United States, bombing, somebody's pipeline and suchy such, yeah. Yeah. There is a depopulation agenda. Whether you want to know about it or admit it or not or whatever, you can get this and check it out for yourself. 1981 book by Bilderberger, Jacques Attali, for here put in this example of the elite's mindset. The future will be finding a way to reduce the population. Of course, we will not be able to execute or people or build camps. We get rid of them by making them believe it is for their own good. We will find or cause something, a pandemic, targeting certain people, a real economic crisis or not, a virus affecting the old or the elderly, it doesn't matter. The weak and the fearful will succumb to it. The stupid will believe in it and ask to be treated. We will have taken care of having panned the treatment, a treatment that will be the solution. The selection of idiots is therefore done by itself, and they will go to the slaughterhouse alone. So, are we looking at a disguised or escaped or a planned attack on humanity by people claiming that it was just a nouveau zoological accident? Yeah, it was an accident. It's an accident, just happenstance, right? Yeah, just like that, that healthy, 20 some year old that fell over, died suddenly. It was just an accident. This isn't no accident. William, aka Willie Villapando, sounds like a Pando Transo, right? Uh, Pre kindergarten teacher and early childhood professor, repeatedly attacked the idea of childhood innocence and claimed that early childhood teachers should introduce children to gender ideology at the youngest ages. Working at the Santa Ana College in California, where he teaches childhood development, he's also indicated in his Instagram that he is a pre kindergarten educator. Is this guy just a grooming pedophile? Said queerness and sexuality need to be discussed in the classrooms of first graders and kindergartners and pre-kindergartners. Kids are never too young to learn about the perverted shit that adults do. Bull fucking shit. Bull effing shit. Okay? Bullshit. Man, I'm telling you. Does the College of Santa Ana condone this grooming of children? Because really, you have to ask yourself, here you got a guy that I would be willing to bet, oh, he's the kids don't know that they might be intersex, they might be a gender non-binary or whatever. Look, you fucking asshole, they're children. They understand that what a weenie is and what a wussy is, but besides that, they have no concept or clue. Man, I'm telling you, this is a pervert. This is a effing pervert. This is why I don't like to be on Revolution Radio at times, because I'd cuss and bomb and Jeff bombing every left other word right now, because this son of a bitch ought to be run out of his job. He shouldn't have a job around children, teaching children about sexuality and pedophilia. Listen, this is the problem with liberals. Okay, liberals went from good touch, bad touch to in an effort to prevent child abuse, which is admirable, which is a good thing. They have gone from that to essentially creating, encouraging, and training kids to perform sexual abuse on other kids. It's the same shit with the DARE organization. You know, drug abuse resistance education. No. It's not drug abuse resistance education. It's an introduction to drugs by your local police officers. Why in the fuck doesn't anybody say anything? Why isn't the effing truth? Why isn't the freaking truth being told? Whether it's this pedo shit in education, or before it was good touch, bad touch, you know, now, and listen, I saw this years ago. I knew it and I understood it. Just because the system is so freaking stupid and liberals are such fucking retards that you can't do anything about it, because you can't get through somebody that's got a liberal IQ. Because to have a liberal IQ, it's almost got to be under 50. And I don't give a shit if you got a college diploma. I'm an educated idiot liberal. Yeah, boy, ain't that a mouthful? That's just the freaking truth. That's just honesty. Man, I'm telling you, that's just wrong. It's just wrong. This guy is saying, oh, 3 to 4 month old, man, you need to start, teaching your children about sex. This guy says at 3 years old, a child can label their perceived gender identity. He said by 4 years old, children have a stable sense. Listen, this is fucking brainwashing. This motherfucker ought to be, man, I'm telling you. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say something about that way I was talking right there because, oh, man, I'm telling you, this guy, this is a problem. They're teaching children before the children, listen, they're brainwashing children into a sexual ideology even before that kid has hormonal drive to figure out what they are and what they're not. This is classic cult brainwashing shit. And every fucking teacher, pardon my language, Revolution Radio, but every teacher who pushes this stuff needs to go through some kind of training to make them understand exactly how they are destroying all of the children that we see today. This is another reason why today most young girls and women are just flaunting their woo-wah around sexuality-wise. This teacher is destroying children. The educational system and their gender bender educational whatever are destroying the minds of children. Those racist bastards who teach critical race theory. And I said it, you're a racist bastard if you're teaching children to base other people on the color of their skin. You're wrong. 100% wrong. And you're portraying, you're pushing, and you're furthering that old Democrat Party, the party of slavery, the party of division, the party of hate, the party of inequality. That's what the Democrat Party has become today. Just because they believe in brainwashing children at the tender age of 4 and 5, or as this pervert believes, 3 to 4 months old. Man, I am telling you. I don't really know what to say. In Ohio, while they're shooting down a couple Chinese spy balloons, the worst environmental disasters in recent history is unfolding as the tanker cars burned excuse me, got hiccups again. Oh, there we go. Maybe we got it out. Wow. Think about it. Tanker derails, petrochemicals burn like hell for a couple days, and you never hear it on the news. Why? Oh, well, it's you hear about balloons. You don't hear about toxic chemicals raining down on Americans. White House blasts false China accusations of U.S. balloons repeatedly breaching their airspace. Yeah, somebody went to Walmart, and blew up a balloon. Yeah, so crazy as it may seem. Let's see. China says proposed bans on U.S. property purchases violate market rules. Tough shit. Now, China isn't free. Hey, can Americans? No, no. Here's the thing: can American own land in China, own a factory, own his own shit? I don't know if that's even possible. Okay, so I pretty much say F China. Okay, one of the first things the United States should do and must do is to make all the companies that are in China understand that when China and the United States go to war, and we are, that they and their corporations will be considered enemy combatants, and that they will be supplying the enemies of the United States, America, supplying our own enemies, and then they're attacking us back. The Mujahideen turn them into, I'm telling you, retards. That's right. Marty the robot, which goes up and down the aisles, has left the building. People and the Fed's biggest is the big Feds right now that nobody wants to say. The bigger the lies about the COVID, the more people believe it. And I've worked with respiratory protection of all kinds. From bubble suits to, of course, masks. Half masks, full masks, paper masks, airlines with masks attached to them. You name it. I haven't scuba dived in a mask, but you know. But as far as respiratory protection, a mask is not very good. It's very ineffective. It's very inefficient. The medical authorities would have you believe that it is the holy grail to stop influenza. I would say that is wrong. And the more you embrace wrong think and unscientific stuff, the worse off you're going to be in the end. Because you have to think for yourself. You have to understand real science. You just can't have some media personnel try to tell you something, because often they are telling you something to drive their own point home. And it may not be the information, the data, or even the truth about something that you need. Yeah. Anyway, sheer crazy what the world is leading to today. Um, what we have to understand, and what we know, and what we understand, is that the battle and the political ideologies that of major countries are being used against all people of the world. Russia, China, and particularly the United States of America are being manipulated into a world conflict. The Russians aren't going willingly. The Chinese believe that they are the role model for the New World Order and that they are willing to embrace this, whatever the cost may be to China. Even if China only is reduced, by 1 billion people, they will be happy to lead the New World Order into this dystopian future. It is time for the people of the world to recognize that the World Economic Forum the Bilderberg Group, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Committee of 300, the Bank of International Settlements, and of course, all of the Federal Reserve's banking and the country central banks of around the world. These are the true threats to freedom, to life, to liberty on this planet. I don't care if you think of it as flat as a freaking pancake. I don't care if you think of it as a perfectly symmetrical ball. Doesn't matter. It's neither. It's kind of a squashed oval ball. But the fact is, we all still live here. And we all still have to understand that the psychology that is driving the world is being manipulated on purpose. And that everything you see is somewhat of a charade. And you have a parade of idiots that squabble along, that argue back and forth. Who is right? Who is wrong? When, if you look, those that drive the world keep going. They fail forward. And through that failure, they try to arrange a solution. They're all out of solutions. The banking system is getting ready to collapse. The economic systems around the world will collapse along with the currencies of that are used in international trading. Get back to being local. That's your best and always the real solution to a country's problems. Whether it is Brazil or Argentina or Mexico or the United States, whether it is the UK or France or Europe. If you don't make your own shit, if you don't create the wealth within your own country, you won't be worth much of anything. Because everything you have will be sold off to foreigners and foreign nationals and banking institutions. Yeah. So be aware, be careful. So God bless, good day, and good luck over here on Revolution Radio. So everybody over here on the YouTube, I hope the second part of that stream went out everything okay. Hey, good morning there, River Rat. Hope you're doing well, Wally and Bernays Sauls and the others and folks who have been here. So thanks for tuning in for this second part. I hope it was a cleaner stream than the first section. So I've got some stuff to do. Got to get ready. Got to get out of here. Then got to get the truck and see if it'll, well, get unstuck out of the yard. All right. Y'all take care. God bless. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.